Hello everyone and welcome back to CX Club. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I did the last video. The last video was about introducing the agenda for CX Club, and I spoke about 12 topic areas which are going to cover the subject matter of customer experience from end to end. Thanks for your feedback, very specifically from Alan Pennington, who said that this is going to be an incredibly challenging topic area, and I've thought about this, Alan. You're absolutely right. It is going to be very challenging. It's going to keep me occupied for weeks, months, if not years. So thanks everybody for your contributions, and I hope you keep on contributing because we're all going to gain as a result of that. So of those 12 topic areas, the first one I introduced was CX principles. Now initially I put forward 6 principles that I want to discuss. These principles underpin the whole of the subject matter of customer experience. They're the underlying truths that apply to everything customer experience related. But as a result of your inputs, this list has now gone from 6 to 11 different items. So thank you very much for your contributions. Let's keep it going. That being said, on to the first topic of CX principles. Let's go. So these were the topics that I introduced in the last video, and these have remained the same. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about CX principles, and I'd very much like to thank the following contributors. On the list we have Stuart Barwood, Omnia Negum, Christopher Brooks, Ben Smithwell, Alan Pennington, Alex Russell Rutherford, James Dodkins, Alan Erginoglou. I hope I've got your surname right, Alan. I've been friends with Alan for years. He lives in the same village as me. Our daughters go to school together, and I still can't get his name right. Steve Sullivan and William Carson. I'm going to start talking about these principles. As I said, there are 11 of them, so we might not be able to get all the way through the list today, but let's see how we go. Okay, so CX principles part 1. First principle, customer experience isn't something you do. Now, I'm not suggesting here that customer experience professionals sit around on their hands not doing anything every day. That's not true. Of course, there are things that the organization does. But customer experience is different to the functions of the business. So you've got sales who sell to the customer. You've got marketing who market to the customer. HR provide the people to deliver the product and service experience. Finance manage the finances of the organization that deliver the product and service experience. However, customer experience looks at things the other way around. Customer experience is very simply the experience that the customer gets. And what the organization needs to do is understand the experience that the customer gets and then deliver against that experience. So that's the reason why we do so many different things like profiling and segmentation and customer journey mapping, voice of the customer, NPS, customer satisfaction, customer effort score. It's all about understanding the customers, and then once we've gathered all this information, we then look to change the product and service offering to the customer, the product, service and channel offering to the customer to better meet the needs of the customer, to give them a better experience. So customer experience is different. It isn't the responsibility of one team within the business, of one function within the business. Because it comes from product, channel and service, okay, then everybody within the business, either directly or indirectly, is involved in delivering that experience. That comes on to the second principle. Customer experience is not customer service on acid. I was at a conference once where a representative from the Institute of Customer Service came along and spoke about customer experience as if it was customer service on acid. Now, he was taken to task, not by me, by other customer experience professionals in the room who said, well, no, it's not, because customer service is functional. It's about delivering a service to the customer, whereas the experience that the customer gets comes from the product experience. If you think about Apple, the experience is mainly around the handset, and if you look at Amazon, the experience is mainly around the channels, be that the marketing channels, the sales channels, or the distribution channels. Most of your experience as an Amazon customer doesn't come from the product that you buy, because they're not Amazon products. It comes from the distribution experience that you get. And then there are lots of organizations in the airline industry, Singapore Airlines, top-end airline, and a lot of the experience you get comes from the service you're given. So customer service is only part of the customer experience. The next topic area is CX journeys and stories. Customer experience is unique because it's all about time. Now, let me try and put this into context. Once I had a conversation with a senior member of a telecommunications company. He was the CEO, in fact. And I said to them, tell me a little bit about your business. And they pulled out an organogram and they showed me all of the different functions of the business and all of the different levels of the business. And we started talking about what that was like. And then after a while, I said to this person, okay, tell me where the customer is. Now, this senior exec turned around and said, oh, I know what you're going to try and say. The customer's in the middle of the organization. I said, no, not that. I've heard that myself. But physically, compared to your organogram, where is the customer? So they took out a pencil and drew a little stick man next to the organogram and said, well, here's the customer. And I said, well, okay, tell me about the first interaction the customer has with your business. And they said, well, probably they heard about us from a friend. And then the next thing is then they may have seen an advert done by the marketing department. Then they spoke to a salesperson. Then they may have received a bill from the billing team, and then they've spoken to somebody in the customer service department. And they started drawing a line across the organogram. And I said, okay, well, you've told me about how you experience your organization, which is as an organogram, but you've also told me how the customer experiences the organization. They said, yeah, they look at the experience in a completely different way to the way in which we look at ourselves. They look at us chronologically. They think about all the interactions that they've had with us over time. And this is what makes customer experience so different from any other discipline. It's chronologically based. And that's where the whole idea of stories come in. If you think about stories, they build emotion in our hearts. There's a lot of nostalgia around stories, and therefore we start to understand that chronological interaction that we've had with the customer in the mind of the customer is a bit like a story, and it's not just a rational relationship that they have with us, it's an emotional relationship that they have with us, and nostalgia is built up in there, and the relationship that they have with your brand is a big part of that story. So all of a sudden we start to see the importance of time and the importance of stories as part of customer experience. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you during the next episode of CX Club. Please subscribe, please share, please comment and contribute to the subject. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.